Kohima laga Capital Convention Center de aji Training on Urban and Local Resilience laga inaugural program lushe. Training do Nagaland State Disaster Management Authority, Home Department, Urban Development and Municipal Affairs Bra, United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction, aro International Institute of Security and Safety Management lagot collaborate krina organized kra laga se. Training do urban local bodies laga elected members kan karne lwa laga se. Chief Minister Dr. Nepirio Brakushege ULB laga councillors kando urban front laga shield ase aro sorgabra training rakatu disaster risk reduction laga understanding ensure kuribole aro disaster risk management de capacity potli kuribole karne ase program laga detail sai sabo.
A warm welcome to you all to this critical urban and local resilience training. In Nagaland, our hills and valleys and communities face growing climate and disaster risk. In this growing risk of climate and disaster events, a training program like this will be a catalyst for transformation. As we all know, local governments are the first responders. Our team under UNDRR, thank you for bringing the global expertise to our local context. Your partnership helps us align Nagaland's efforts with the Sendai framework and sustainable development goals. Our ULB leaders, as you are the backbone of this program, and over the next days, we intend to equip you with assessing risk specific to your towns, integrate resilience into planning and budget, mobilize communities as first responders, and turn plans into action. I am hopeful that this training is going to deepen our roots in resilience and build up more disaster resilient Nagaland by promoting proactive measures to manage and reduce disaster risk across all the sectors and levels. Thank you.
The first SEC and SDMA meeting took place. Fortunately or unfortunately, it was a blessing under disguise. If you all recalled, in the year 2011, our Honorable Chief Minister's residence office was fired. With that one, we came together and we realized that there is a need for this authority. And the first State Executive Committee meeting, the then Chief Secretary was Sir Lalthara, and our Chief Secretary today was our Home Commissioner, under whose leadership the State Executive Committee member of NSDMA took place on the 15th of March 2011. Then after 1 day of gap, the Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Nepirio had also convened that meeting of the State Disaster Management Authority for the first time on the 17th of March 2011. Why urban and local resilience training for the newly elected ULB members? Building future-ready infrastructure in Nagaland. This is one of the objectives. Building future-ready infrastructure in Nagaland. This generation, we are most blessed. We know what technology is, and we know what there was no technology during our time when internet was not there. Today, things has become so easier. Now, this generation should build an infrastructure ready for the future generations.
UNDRR, which is the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction, and I represent the Global Education and Training Institute, which is the only training institute for DRR in the world. It is a privilege for us to partner with the state of Nagaland and with all our other partners to help support the great work that the state and the State Disaster Management Authority is doing and has already accomplished. And we really look forward to seeing this further grow, but also to explore the opportunity of taking these ideas, the actions that you have taken, the actions that you will be taking to international audiences, to inspire them, to inspire other local governments to follow this example and also to inspire other states and national governments around the world. So why is disaster risk reduction so important? The Deputy CEO has just explained some of the impacts that the disasters have on the economy. The foremost reason is it's a cost-saving measure. It helps to protect the investments that the governments and also the private sector make, and reduce the impacts of disasters and reduce the losses and damages.
Well, as we all are aware that the Nagaland state is situated in a seismic zone 4 and is highly vulnerable to natural calamity like earthquake, landslide, flash flood, thunderstorms, hailstorms, and forest fire. Rather, we see that the natural disaster in our state is more or less a continuous process. Let us also retrospect our traditional way of responding to natural calamities. As we Nagas, we all are aware that our forefathers used to respond unanimously whenever there is any natural calamities happen in the local area. Not only that, but as Nagas, we all know that our forefathers are very methodic, because whenever there is a footpath, even there also they used to cut off every interval in order to flow the rainwater. But as of now, today, last week when we went to Timabur, that flood issue, we came across that we Naga have become really selfish. Every one of us, we don't think of other people, but we think only our own survival. When we see the actual things in the ground, the drainage was there, but most of the drainage was filled with garbage. Most of the drainage are filled with dirt. So we don't bother for other people, because most of us, we are throwing what are the wastage in the drainage without concerning other people. So this is a high time that we need to come up. This training initiative represents a critical step in institutionalizing resilience across urban governing body in Nagaland and set a precedent for other regions to follow. Today, every Naga is migrating to urban area in search of education or job or anything for business. Hence, this training over the inner Naga populations, since members from the 3 municipal council and 36 council are attending to this training. I hope and pray that during this training, the knowledge imparted by the trainer will be disseminated to all the citizens of the Naga, which will in turn result a better disaster resilient society. Thank you.
It so happened that this training is particularly tailored or arranged to equip our local bodies, urban local bodies particularly, so that in turn, when disaster, natural disaster or local man-made disasters occurs, that you will be fully equipped with physical tools and then knowledge about how to mitigate or how to recover from any difficulties, any sort of any kinds of calamities, disasters, which are increasingly happening in the area. Here, the ULBs, you can also plan out in what way you will make your drainages. Waste is becoming ever increasing every day. We have been all the time talking about this. So, how to manage your waste? This is also one thing very important. When we manage waste, we are talking about dumping waste. Where? In the right place. We're also talking about segregation of waste materials of various kinds, wet or dry or medicine waste. So these are the things you have to seriously consider and start about this. then your free resettlements and drainage overall hotspots, so on and so forth. Even to that, not only the flooding area, but even it should also involve your block drains, steep unstable slopes, and high density of informal settlement. Likewise, even risks in fire risks areas demand equal attention. So, enforcement of safety regulations, improvement of service infrastructures, and community awareness and drills towards fire. These are also very important. I know our state chief minister also from this year, he had sent out signals to all the districts, to all the administrative centers that preparedness, monsoon preparedness. We all did a lot of exercise in that. But again, when we come to Dimapur flooding or Chumu flooding,
so grateful and honored to be here at this very occasion on a very important, when we had this first discussion in Delhi, which we have in the partnership with the UNDRR, this program, and Mr. Johnny and we discussed that how it can go to Nagaland. And that was the beginning that we saw it, that it may happen here, and the kind of commitment which we are seeing from the apex body, from the government, highest level of the government. I'm indeed so grateful and overwhelmed seeing this. I'm so grateful and I compliment from my bottom of heart to the government of Nagaland at this occasion. The disaster plan is a kind of a direction for commitment to the building resilience. So these are the things which we wanted to share with all of you. And indeed, we together with the UNDP, IP Global and ISSM will be implementing International Institute of Security and Safety Management. We will be developing sectoral plan with the government of Nagaland. As indeed our partnership is building, we started with the post-disaster need assessment and then training, and we have a kind of a, ISSM has a legacy of conducting national importance workshops every year. Last year, government of Nagaland do participate in that. This time we are doing in the month of November, 12th, 13th and 14th in the state of Goa. So we extend our heartfelt invitation to all of you.
As you are aware of our condition, we live in a very high seismic zone, 5. And when we look at around us, as Sanjay Kumar has stated, you travel to Nagaland from Dimapur to Kohima. You will see the road condition and the mudslide and landslide. You go beyond the city, the road is cut off. The most important road of National Highway 29. And this is supposed to be Trans Highway to Southeast Asia #1. But still, we are in this pathetic condition. I'm happy that our friends who are in this area will come to see us at this time of monsoon season. Friends, our urban local bodies are councillors, wearers of our towns and wards. You are the shield of our urban front. The government has arranged this training to enhance your understanding of disaster risk reduction and disaster risk management, to change your capacity to shield our people from nature peril. As elected guardians of every Naga town, you are now Nagaland's first line of defense. The landslide risk mapping, identifying and marking landslide prone slips, and especially near settlement on roadsides. in coordination with Geology and Mining or NSDMA, implementing temporary measures like boulder netting where it is feasible. And we should remove all the encroachment, addressing illegal constructions on drainage, floodplains, slopes. Through this, though it is a difficult task to displease people, I think community should come up to stand by the authorities. Public awareness and communication, disseminating warnings, weather warnings from the IMD and NSDMA, and flood alerts to communities through public announcement like SMS alerts, if any exist, social media, and local leaders. Community sensitizations, conducting awareness campaign on keeping drains clear, not dumping garbages, recognizing landscape warning signs, safe practices during heavy rain and flooding, location of shelter and emergency contact, prevention of waterborne diseases, boiling water, hygiene, information boards displaying emergency contact numbers, and flood landslide risk zone mapped in prominent locations. As we are aware, geological investigations, your shale against collapse of structures, I think never approve a project without soil testing or trust. PLB lead scrutiny should begin in every town in the state. Mandate geotechnical reports for all building permits, especially in landslide-prone areas. That is, we can say National Highway 29 corridor. Training includes reading soil stability scores. Geotechnical reports is absolutely essential. Therefore, any infrastructure development, homes, roads, bridges in Nagaland, due to its complex, young and unstable geology. ULB leaders, when you clear a drain, mind you, you save a shopkeeper alive. When you enforce bylaws, you protect a child's future. This training will enable you to understand the meaning of resilience and transform you from the administrators to guardians of Naga precious lives. Challenge every corrupt builders. Mobilize your colonies, your ward, or your surroundings. Make them responsible and make Nagaland plus India model of mountain resilient state. The resource persons' limitations and the inherent challenges of terrains and urbanizations is with us to overcome. Once preparedness in every town in Nagaland is an ongoing battle, requiring sustained efforts, investment, and collaboration between ULB, state agencies, and the local communities. In this program, of training of the urban local bodies and the resilience to prevent any disasters. Now it is a privilege for us, and a good number of the councillors has come, administrators, and other agencies who have come as a result of it. So all the best and God bless. Thank you.
So what is the state minister?
We have cabinet meeting tomorrow. So, in your issues.
So, what are some of the unresolved issues?
That we have to discuss with our NGO officials. So, we'll be discussing this issue tomorrow.
So, is it true that the Union Home Secretary have rejected the proposal of Enlu being the ex-officio?
No, I have no comment on that. I think.
It starts with a single shot. In just 10 days, turn your passion into a profession. Master the art of coffee, from bean to cup. Seats are limited. Start your barista journey today.